What's up, Shamus? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be showcasing one of my favorite types of decks, which is Dark Warrior, but specifically this variant, which is Dark Warrior Infinite Negate. I personally really like this list. It's really consistent, even though it looks like you run a lot of bricks. Since you're running so many cards in the deck, and most of them are extenders, you're gonna end up opening them inevitably, just because that's the nature of the deck. Even in the scenarios that you do brick, this deck is a one card combo, and 1.5 card combo will get you like an extra monster on board. But yes, realistically, it is a one card combo. Well, basically, one card being either a Neospace Connector or a Vision Hero Vion, any card that puts out two extenders on board. So opening just say a Red Layer and Aqua Dolphin would be full combo per se. But yeah, anyways, let's get right onto the list. There will be a combo tutorial coming out after this video, so if you do want to check that out, uh, please be sure to wait, and it will come out as soon as possible. And yes, onto the list. So, we are running one Apex Avian and one Thunderbird. I think these two are just explanatory for the fact that they set up that infinite negate loop that's just really busted, and once you set it up, it's pretty much an instant scoop for your opponent unless they have DRNM. Yeah, so just pretty self-explanatory. Then we go for the triple Vine, double Mali. Yeah, this is just a standard ratio in Dark Warrior decks. It gives you that free double extender that you need, and yeah, really simple. Yeah, Vine, one of the best cards in the game right now for that double extender. And so is Neospace Connector. This card is the best extender in the deck because it has access to this card, Neospace and Aqua Dolphin, which you also run 3 of. Neospace Connector is a card that brings this out for absolutely free. And Neospace Connector rips a card out of your opponent's hand, which means they're going to have to bait their hand trap on that connector, or else their hand trap is going to get ripped out of their hand, or you have that information on the Nibiru. And if obviously if you have that information on your bureau, you change your line of play and make sure you can play through it, which you can in some scenarios. If you have probably a 2 card combo in your hand, so different setup, you definitely can play through Nibiru. Anyways, so yeah, on from that we go triple red layer. Like these are onto our little power extenders. So we got triple red layer. Red layer is obviously, if you guys ever played Infernal or know anything about Infernal, this is one of the best special summons. It's really solid, and yeah, it's just a free warrior you can throw on board, and it's 2k beater. So in some of those grindy scenarios, you can just throw a free body on board and try to beat over stuff. Yeah, and then we go on to one of our combo pieces, which is Zephyros the Elite. This is very important for the Armageddon Knight loop, which we will show on the combo. Then we go on to Dark Grepher and Armageddon Knight. These two are just your staple in every warrior deck. The best hands to open, or the most fun hands to open, is definitely like opening Grepher Malicious, because you get that free special and get that malicious summon, and then having a normal summon on top of that just gives you that complete access. But you do want to be wary though, because if you put more than 3 guys on board at the beginning, your field will become overclogged and you will not be able to do the combo. Just to keep that in mind, because it is very important to know. Yeah, so continuing on from that, we go triple Goblin Burg. Goblin Burg is pretty much just essentially a marauding captain. They both do the exact same thing. They both have their perks. Yeah, so Goblin Burg just gives you a free warrior at that point. Summoner Monk. Next, one of the main combo pieces to get to some of your later stuff, which will give you that full board that you need. And obviously triple Marauding Captain, as you were explaining. Marauding Captain is just a fantastic extender. It can throw out your Aqua Dolphin on board, so that you can just get that free plus that free like plus a knowledge that of your opponent's hand, which is really strong. And also it can summon out cards like Vion, which don't have to be normal summon to activate their effect. They can be special summoned. So both of these cards just have so much utility in the deck for that sense. Next, Butter Spy. This card chain blocks your Connector and Vion, and even Armageddon Knight. Some of the best combos are just opening straight up Butter Spy and Armor Knight, because it is the most consistently busted board. Just because you can chain block is really important, or even going into the Butter Spy Connector, that is also one of the best combos in the deck. Then moving on to our like bricks, if you want to call it. So we go double Plague Spreader. Both of them are very necessary to the combo. You use both of them. Yeah, before this was one O-Lion, one Plague Spreader, but unfortunately, actually, it is really fortunate that O-Lion got banned, but you can just swap it out with Plague Spreader and it does the trick. Yeah, moving on from that, we got Rescue Ferret, which is the card that enables this whole insane combo. Yeah, ridiculous. Then we go into the Red Rose Dragon and the White Rose Dragon. These two, yeah, they're really good. You could just swap these out, like hard swap these out for an Arborea to be more consistent, if you call it that, but then that will make it so you have to have a 1.5 card combo. It makes sure that you cannot just have a one card combo because you will be an extender short to make the board. And then moving on from that to targets for Rescue Ferret, we have Synchrofusionist and Doppel Warrior. This card's absolutely busted. It does a lot for the deck. And then onto our power extender is Triple Junk Forward. This is a standard in any warrior spam deck. Really busted card, does everything for the deck. Yeah, then we go on to Rhoda. Rhoda is a really, really great card. Searches out every single card in the deck. I don't think this card needs much explaining. Instant Fusion, this card's it's searchable in this deck, so it's actually really insane that you can consistently open this every single game. Like you always will see it. Then we go into Foolish Burial. Again, Foolish Burial is absolutely insane. You just dump Mally straight into the grave and you get your full combo right in on the board. Call by the Grave, you open this, protects you from hand traps, really self-explanatory. Wish we had this at 3 because it really helps the deck. Then we got the 3 DDRs. This is obviously so you can loop Arma a bunch of times. It's really, really good. Then for our equips, we start from Moonmere Shield to Living Fossil to Phoenix Blade to Overdone Burial, Autonomous, and Aphrodite. So explaining this, the best ones are obviously Living Fossil and Overdone. These two like provide the most value. And if your opponent hand traps you, Autonomous is also really good. But if you ever hard open a DDR in your hand, you're gonna probably wanna keep Living Fossil in deck and dump 4 other cards because this is the best one. It is a hard extender. If you obviously don't have the room, or if you need that extra extender, if you don't, you really don't have to keep it in your deck. It is just a nice card to have if you open it. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. I think there is probably some newer Noble Knight cards that work as equip spells. Like for example, Durendal will bring up. This card works. I just think it's a little like presumptuous to run this card. If you want to run it, you can run it. It doesn't really do that much though. I'd rather have just the utility of some of these other ones. I think they actually do more. If you were to swap one, it'd be like just take out Aphrodite and swap it with this. It's whatever you like though. This card's also relatively expensive, and you're gonna notice that it won't do anything for the deck. So keeping just to a cheaper list that like it can perform at that cheaper state, I think it's just better. Anyways, moving on to the extra deck, we have like most of these cards revolve around the turn 1 combo. So we have Lyrilusk, Independent Nightingale. This card's your instant fusion target. It's really good. Power Tool Dragon, again, really necessary for the Armor Loop. Raptite stays on our end board. You can also use Bryonic instead of this card. Does the same thing. It basically, this card, I just run this card for, it doesn't really matter what card you run. As long as it's a generic 6, you can run any synchro you like. As long as you can summon it as a generic 6. Just preferably Brio or Raptite. I think those two are probably the best ones. Because this card will become live if they ever get your Winds Engrave, which is really, really good. So it will pose as some future interruption. Then we go Dugares, and important to the combo. Crusadia Avermax. This card also is a combo piece. It actually is on your end board. Saryuja, another combo piece. Samorg Bird of Sovereignty. Again, this is what summons your Apex Avian and starts the whole loop. Then we go double Isolde. This card's just a staple 2 of, just because you have people that are still running Imperm, don't fully read the effect and will Imperm its first effect, and you just make another one and you go for your combo. And then we go to the Hulk. Hulk if Ibrax is just busted. That's you summon out your Red Rose Dragon with it, and you make your combo from there. We have Union Carrier. Obviously, this equips Thunderbird to do your full combo. IP Masquerena is also part of the end board. Really good card. Boral Sword to game people. His deck has such an easy time gaming people because the amount of extenders it can throw on board. And it can bait like negates really well. Especially if we're going second, you have cards like Avermax, which really help breaking boards. Avermax, Boral Sword, and then the last 2 cards we go Phoenix Unicorn. There's just 2 most generic extract monsters in the game right now. Yeah, super staple, and I think you just need to run them in case you run into some cards you can't necessarily out. These 2 just kind of help. Anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. This is probably one of my favorite Dark Warrior builds. There definitely will be more in the future. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.